Today, returned back again to Eales Preserve up on Moosic Mountain. We're going to hike up to the Blueberry Trail on the very top side of the mountain, check out an overlook, and see all kinds of cool stuff that's changing at this very cusp of autumn, between autumn and summer here in northeastern Pennsylvania. We've made it up to the junction, so this is one of the gravel roads. I know they got a name for it there, but off to the left here, or behind me now, is the Pink Floyd Trail. We are going to head back this way to my right, or now behind me, along the Blueberry Trail, and there's a overlook that looks out over the valley, which we can kind of see here. And the last couple times I've been out here, it's been real hazy, so we haven't gotten a good look. It's cloudy today, but we should have a real nice view of the valley, and we're looking out that way. So there's blueberries, and like out in this area here we got some pine. This is really reminiscent of what was that park called in Florida? No, in Florida, Pontoon Island, where they do prescribed burns, but you got these low pines and different pines down there. They are pitch pines and long needle pines. These are neither. I don't know what these are. These might be some variant of white pine or red pine, but they're real stunted. But yeah, nice area, so we'll go check that out. Oh, look at this. Let's see if we can get those in the screen. Little tiny huckleberry plants. Do you see these? No. Look at these berries. These, I wouldn't eat them. They're all shriveled up. But look at the size of these things. Look the size of the plant, and the size of the berries.
They're all over.
Yeah. Like, so that's the berry, and I'm pretty positive. Get my reaction on my face. Yeah, those are blueberries. Those are huge blueberries for little tiny. I'm not going to eat that. It's kind of not good to eat right now. But a little tiny bush can make a lot of berries. These heath barrens are insane. They're a cool spot. Yeah, it's still got trees up here starting to turn now too.
It's so nice and quiet.
It is. And I love these little oaks. These little clusters
that would be a cool shot to get the good eye.
Get in there with the breeze blowing.
How did I not see the oaks?
They're little. These are scrub oaks. These pines here, these may be over 100 years old.
Yeah.
It's just they don't grow fast here. Look at the size of these things.
Because it's all stone.
Yeah, stone and poor soil. What is that? What is that?
I don't know. Looks like a gumball.
Yeah, there's one on this tree too.
Spider eggs, maybe?
Oh, see if we can get.
When I was a kid, when you found something you didn't know what it was, you always said it was spider egg.
So.
There's two more over here closer.
Oh yeah, look at that. So I don't know what these are. That's an oak tree. They got to be some kind of fungus. They're growing off of the acorn. That's nuts.
Bushwhack? Or a bushcraft?
Oh, no, Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot.
Bushwhack.
really is nice to be out where it's not 90% humidity.
Yeah, the humidity has been unbearable for the past couple of weeks. I mean, we had all that rain, but today it's in the 70s. It's a little overcast, so it's keeping it cool. But that's one look at the valley. The Overlook, we're not near yet, so I wonder what kind of view we got from there. Just for a frame of reference here, you can see the water tower down here. That is right down where the reservoir was. I was at last time. So it drops off pretty decent, and just a completely different ecosystem up here compared to the mostly deciduous forest down there. We continue on. This tree, it's like a Dr. Seuss tree moving out of the way. So yeah, like Rocco just said, did it fall over and keep growing? Is it a root that decided it wants to be a tree? Who knows? So it is what, August 7th, 18th? Like August 18th or 19th. And we had all that rain, and we're up on top of the mountain here. But these little pines have got new growth. A lot of new growth. They've all got new growth. Which makes me think that these trees have adapted to such dry conditions, since they're up on top of the mountain, to just grow whenever. Doesn't have to be spring. Doesn't have to be the right time of year. It just has to be the right conditions. So like, that's brand new growth, which is pretty cool. I know probably I've mentioned this before, probably talked about things like this, but you know, a lot of people assign intelligence to people and animals, but they don't necessarily believe that plants can have an intelligence. But what was those with those cactuses you were telling me about years ago? That
tobacco. I believe it was a tobacco plant. It was on PBS on Nova.
With the changes color.
It was a special where it was a program about how this plant was changing. It adapted from attracting insects that would pollinate during the day to overnight. It was evolving like real time to adapt night bugs. Yeah. Different flower and everything. It was really cool.
And if the wrong insects would pollinate the tree during the day, it would switch over, drop those flowers and switch the colors.
Something like that.
Right? Yeah, it was crazy. So like it knew that the wrong insects were like in the plant, in the cactus or in the tobacco, whatever it was.
Whatever it was.
But it was crazy. There was those cactuses down by me, and if I can find some of that footage, I know I got limited footage of like time lapse, but they only the cactus adapted to bloom at night so that bats would go to the flowers and not insects. And because it was so hot during the day for cactuses, that's why they grow the way they do, so they don't get sunburn. So it would grow it would bloom at night so the flowers didn't get sunburn like crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, there's don't know. They don't have brains that we know, but they definitely have an intelligence. So remember that next time you're cutting down a live tree. Somebody might be able to hear it scream. Do 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 do. There's your Overlook. Pile of rocks. All right, so this shot's for Chris Coney because this is exactly something you would do. You'd love this. There's always some kind of aircraft flying around. Where is it? There it is. Never fails.
What do you make out of those?
Blueberries?
No. Are those blueberries?
Yeah, they're just not ripe. So
I
that's
don't remember them ever being clustered like.
that's weird. Well,
Okay.
these, like I said, these are most likely huckleberries. So they just never ripen. So you got ripe ones right here, and you got these ones that just never. There's a lot of berries. So we're noticing that there's a lot of these huckleberries and the oaks. Tons of acorns, tons of berries. Saw a little crabapple tree yesterday. I noticed it on the side of the road, just breaking branches with how many apples. That is usually a sign of a really, really heavy snow winter, which they are kind of calling for. And I am super excited about that. I got some plans for some winter camping this year. I'm really looking forward to getting out and doing some winter camping. I love summer, but I've really been loving the winter camping the past couple years. And we're also seeing a lot of these too. So there's these oak trees that have caterpillars, I'm assuming, making these nests. And maybe it's those little caterpillars I've been seeing. Here's one that looks like it's opened up. So something making nests in here. Using mud. There's mud inside these.
That's weird.
It's really weird. Like caterpillar oak tacos. I don't know what to call them. So that's something else. Anybody can identify what that is. That makes a nest like that. Is pulling up dirt and putting it in to a leaf and making a nest. Might be. At least on this mountain range, I believe this is the highest point on the Moosic Mountain Range. Which, don't confuse Moosic Mountains with the town of Moosic. The town of Moosic is... Alright, so that's like Dixon City, Dunmore there. Scranton would be down there. And then south of Scranton would be the town of Moosic. So if you hear me talking about the Moosic Mountains and in the Moosic Mountain Preserve, and you're looking near Moosic, Pennsylvania, you gotta look about 20 miles? 15 to 20 miles, I think? Yeah, like 15 to 20 miles north. We're actually closer to Mount Cobb. Mount Cobb is right over the ridge here. What do we got?
Well, there's a whole ton of those clusters.
Oh yeah, look at them all. Did I zoom out? I did. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12.
These blueberry bushes are getting really red, these leaves. A lot of oranges and a lot of bright reds. That makes me excited for fall, which is right around the corner. But hopefully with all the rain we've had, and there's a cold front coming through this week. I don't know if it's going to hit us. I know it's hitting the central part of the country. But if we get a real quick drop, like a real quick cold snap with all the rain we had, The colors in these trees this year will be amazing, which makes me excited. I get excited about weird stuff. So that is lichen blooming. How cool is that? That's really, really red. So this is interesting. Right here. Right. There could be, and it wouldn't be the first time this has happened, but right in here, there's an animal here, or has been here recently. There's no scat on the trail. And when the wind's blowing from my left, like it is right now, I don't smell it, but the breeze is just coming right at us, and I could smell it. There's an animal, there's a bear or something, or was recently right here. So, like now I smell fire.
Yeah.
I smell smoke now. It's coming from the other direction. But we may have an encounter here. And we did see bear scat on the lower trail on the way in. So, there's another one of those huge ant hills. It is possible that we've got a bear in our midst. I've only seen the one this year out in the Catskills. I like bear sightings. And that was a good sized bear. I wish I would have got him on video. There's that smoke. There's definitely smoke. Someone's got a fire burning. More new growth? Yeah, which is crazy. Oh yeah, look at that.
That's new.
Yeah, that's
like spring.
Yeah, it's like spring growth. You got stuff growing and shutting down right within like a foot of each other. These birches are starting to turn yellow. Weird time of year. But I really think that has a lot to do with just this ecology stuff. If it's not in shutdown mode, it's going to get that new growth whenever it can. Just because there's not a lot of I'll start that over. There's not a lot of growth potential on the top of a rocky mountain. So we did see back on the trail a little bit spot off on the side where there was like a little pool, little swamp area, and which is weird to see on top of a mountain. There's no springs up here. So this is all the water runs off from here. So when these trees can get it, these plants and everything can get that little bit of water, they just go crazy. We've been in that behind us the whole time, just the heath barrens. And now we can hear the road out behind the camera here, but we just came across this little spring. I don't know if you can see that bubbling.
You could actually see the sand.
Yeah,
there's some bubbles.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is kind of rocky. Now this was that moss that was out there. I wouldn't go walking through this, but you can kind of get down here without destroying anything. So let's take a look. There's some rocks, there's some sand. There's, oh yeah, check that out. Actually, let me get around that side where you were.
Yeah, get over there.
There's some little mushrooms growing in the moss. There's some conglomerate rocks. It's like science class here. Check that out. Oh, don't roll into the water, Nalgene. I'll sit on my Nalgene. There we go. With one cheek. So, yeah, there's some sand. It's kind of in the reflection. There we go. Got sand right there. Water bubbling up. And that's right where it's coming from, too. And it just goes out. down that little creek, that little stream. And there's so many ferns. Look at how many ferns there are. Just keeps on going. Alright? That's just ferns straight across. This is what we like to call a fern forest. I don't know if that's the official name for it. That's what we call it. A fern forest.
What do you think that is?
What's that? Oh, what is that?
Old snake skin?
Yeah, is that an old snake skin? Check that out. Good eye. Eagle eye, Rocco. Is that an old snake skin? Can I get across there? That is...
Or...
No, that's like... stringy. That's like a piece of rope or something. Not a snake skin.
That is really cool.
A very cool little spot. It's amazing how this area just changes, like on a drop of a hat. Do people still drop hats?
I have.
Have you?
Not on purpose.
Do things happen instantly when you drop a hat?
I have to bend down and pick it up.
Well, I guess that's cause and effect right there. But yeah, look at all these ferns. Whoa, look at all these ferns.
They're about what, 3 foot high, you say?
They are, yeah, they're 2.5 to 3 feet high. Some of them are a little lower. It's like a jungle. It's like a jungle. Now we're heading out of the woods. That was kind of cool. A little detour through that little forest. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, that's the smell of cinnamon ferns starting to wilt. So they've obviously done some trail maintenance here. You can see some of the stuff has been cut back. Sneak around Rocco. You can see some of the stuff has been cut back.
Yeah, those tall ones are cinnamon, I believe.
Yeah.
And these are hay ferns.
And they have hay ferns?
I believe they're hay.
Hay ferns. So there's what, like 10 or 12 different kinds of ferns we have around here.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. But those cinnamon ferns, when they start to deteriorate, they have a very unique smell. And it's awesome. There we are at the end of the loop. That was a really cool hike. This last like couple hundred yards is like a completely different thing. It's just been on this big piece of granite we've been walking on. There's been steps and everything, but the car is right, like literally right here somewhere. Actually, we passed the car. Car's up there.
Oh, I guess we have to go back.
Oh, we gotta go all the way back around. But yeah, another trip at Eales Preserve. Very cool spot. This was the Blueberry Trail. So many acorns on this oak tree. It's gonna be a winter and a half. Look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 acorns just in this little spot. In like a 6-inch spot. That's a lot of acorns on a little tiny tree. So, okay, yeah, so Eales Preserve, Blueberry Trail, and the roads. Very cool. If you get a chance to come out here, I definitely recommend it. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. There'll be photos from this up on there, and pretty much everywhere I go I take photos and put them up there. And if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, go ahead and do that. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I am doing that hammock giveaway, so if you want to get in on that. And I'm gonna go to the car and I'm gonna get some food because my stomach is growling. See you in the next. Thanks for coming along.